So I am sharing my entire screen so that you can see what is going on my desktop. Am I audible to all? Om Bagresh,
Yes, sir.
Prince Gate,
Yes, sir.
Vishal Maneshwar,
Yes, sir.
Suryam Patle. Because today's internet speed is too slow, so I am switching off my camera. Here I am opening the Python standard editor IDLE. So this is the latest version of Python editor. The version of this editor is Python 3.8.3. You can see on the screen. So it is 3.8.3. If you want to download this Python, you can download it from internet. It is free and it contains various new features. So right on today's topic, it is list slicing. So I'm typing triple quotes. You know that triple quotes are used to write multi-line comments in Python. So write down list slicing. So you have seen how indexing allows you to select a specific element in a sequence. Sometimes you want to select more than one element from a sequence. In Python, you can write expressions that select subsections of a sequence known as slices. So slice is a span of items that are taken from a sequence. When you take a slice from a list, you get a span of elements from within the list. So write down the syntax. So you have to write the name of the list, and then inside the square bracket, you write the starting value, means a starting index, and then colon, and then end index. So this is the syntax by which you can access the part of a list. So start is the index of the first element in the slice. And end, so it is not included. Is the ending index of the slice, not included. Not included is means if you write 1:4, so 4 will not included. It will take index 1, index 2, and index 3. So write down slice is a part of a list, or you can say it is a sublist. Let's take an example. Suppose I'm writing days is equal to Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So these are the elements in the list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What is the size of this list? Home?
So 7.
Yes, it is 7. Means the total number of elements in a list is called the size of the list. Suppose you want to take a part of this list, then you can make a slice of this list. For example, middle days, suppose. If I write this and then 2 colon 5. So it will extract the slice of the list starting from the index 2 to 5. 5 will not include it. So it will make a slice of 2 to 4. So if I write print middays, what will be the output?
So Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Suryam?
Sir, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Yes, correct. So it will make a part of the list. So 2, index 2, you know that index begins from 0. So the index of Sunday is 0, Monday is 1, Tuesday is 2. So the output will be, let's see the output by directly running this program. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So you should note down this program code in your notebook. And today's date is 6th July. So you should put a date in your notebook also. So it will extract the part of the list. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Have you written this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I've done another example. Now I'm equal to 11, 33, 55, 77, 99, 101. I'm equal to 11, 33, 55, 77, 99, and 101. If I write print num, what will be the value displayed on the screen?
So 11, 33, 55, 77, 99,
Yes, the whole
and
list will be
101.
displayed on the screen with the square bracket and
Yes.
comma. And if I write print num, colon 4, so what will be the value displayed on the screen?
So 11, 33, 55, 77.
Vishal?
So 11, 33, 55, 77.
Yes, correct. Because if you omit, who is this Ishwar there?
So Yash, so
Yes,
Hindi
okay,
student.
okay. Tell him not to attend the computer class. By mistake, I send a Google Meet link in the main class teachers group. So write down note. If you leave out the starting index, it will use 0 as a starting index. So the output will be
Sir, if we leave out an index, so what happens?
if you leave the end index, then can you guess what will happen? Suryam? If you leave out the starting index, it will use 0 as a starting index. If you leave the ending index, what will happen? Suryam? Suryam? Suryam, can you hear me? Prince Gate?
सर मे बी सर की जो पहला वर्ड रहेगा जैसे 0 है तो सर 0 और 11 लिखाएगा, बाकी उसके बाद कुछ नहीं लिखाएगा सर शायद.
No. Suppose I write print and I omit the ending index. For example, 1 colon, like this. In this case, I haven't written the ending index. Then what will be the output in this statement?
So I will
सर
start from 1 to 10.
33.
It will start from
Only 33.
नो
so
सर 30.
33, so 33, 55, 77, 99, 101.
सर 33 के बाद के पूरे नंबर लिखा जाएंगे.
Yes, very good. So by default, it will go to the end of the list. So you begins from the index 1. Index 1 means the second element of the list. So second element of the list is 33. So if you are not writing the ending index, so what happens that it will go to the end. Up to the end, it will display the list. Let's see the output. So you can see it begins from 33 and up to the end of the list. So this is how this slicing works. If you omit the first index, means starting index, by default it will take 0 as a starting index. But if you omit the ending index, then by default it will go up to the end of the list. So note down this program code, and this program code has 3 print statements, and the output of those 3 print statements is this. So first you want to print the entire list on the screen. So simply you type the name of the string inside the print function. And then in the second statement you pass the list and you type :4. :4 means you are not giving the starting index. And if you are not giving the starting index, so by default it will use 0 as an index. So 0 means the first element. So it begins from 11 up to the index 3, because it will not include the ending index. So you should keep in mind that it will not include the ending index. 4 will not be included in the output. That's why it will take 0 to 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 elements. And in this statement, last statement, you omit the ending index and the starting index is given 1. So it begins from the second element 33 and goes up to the end. So the last element is 101. So 33, 55, 77, 99 and 101. In this way, the slicing works. Have you understand? Have you written this program and the output in your notebook?
Yes, sir.
Why you are so late, Pankaj? Okay, I will test you again by writing some questions. So write down the question. What will be the code display? Marks is equal to 55, 78, 98, 24 and 51. And then I write my marks equal to marks 1:2, and then I print my marks. So what will be the output? Suryam? Suryam,
Yes sir, yes sir.
कहाँ
सर
चले गए थे?
सर वो थोड़ा कहीं चले गए थे सर, 2 मिनट के लिए.
Okay, tell me the output of this question.
सर 78 and 98.
78, 98.
Yes sir.
It's only 78.
Sir,
Om,
78.
Only 78.
Suryam,
Yes, sir. Only
Suryam.
78.
The last index will not be included in the slice. Suryam.
Sorry sir, 78 only.
Yes,
Sir, only 78.
yes. So this last index will not be included in the output. Again and again, I am saying that this last index will not be included in the output. So 1:1. So 1:1 means the starting index is 1 and the ending index is also 1. Only 78 is displayed. Yes.
Sir, if 1:1, then it will display 78 or not?
1:1.
Yes sir.
Okay, guess what will happen if you write 1:1?
So it will print.
Om,
So it will print.
शायद
No, sir, it's a error because of
कुछ नहीं या फिर
the error आएगा.
That's right.
eh,
तो कुछ नहीं आया.
Error आएगा.
nothing. Empty list.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so write down the output. Empty
Sir,
list. If
sir,
you write 1:1 and if you write 1:2, then
Sir,
it will display 78 only.
Sir, if 1:0,
Like this, you can see empty list. So write down the output 78. 1:2 means 78. And any mistake you are done doing in this indexing, it will return an empty list. Because the starting index must be less than the ending index. If you type any mistakes in this slicing, it will not give an error but returns an empty list. Let's take another example. A equal to Suryam,
yes sir.
Om, Pankaj, so K1 equal to K colon 1. Print K1. What will be the output?
So Vishal Suryam.
Sir, Vishal Suryam. No, sir, Vishal was.
No, sir, Vishal Suryam.
The ending index will not be included in the output. Again and again I am saying.
Yes, sir.
So
So
Vishal.
This
Vishal.
one will not be included in the output. And if you are omitting the starting index, it will take the starting index by default as 0. Isn't it? So what will be the output? Suryam?
Sir, only Vishal.
Yes. Now you are correct. Because the starting index is 0 and 1 minus 1 is also 0. So this Let's see the output. What happens? 0 t colon 0. In this case also, if we have written 1 colon 1, so what is the value written by the statement?
Vishal.
So write down the output Vishal on the screen. So always keep in mind that the starting index must be less than the ending index. Then only it will display the correct value. If both the values are same, then it will not return any value. It will return an empty list. So in this case, the starting index is 0 and the ending index is 1. So starting index is less than the ending index. That's why you are getting the correct output. Okay, one more example. Have you written this? Should I delete all these things? So write down one more question.
Yes, sir.
Tell me the output. M equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I write N equal to, and then I write print N. What will be the output?
So whole list M is printed.
Yes. You
So
know
वो
that
list is
if you omit the starting value, then it will take as 0. If you omit the ending value, it will take up to the end of the list. So if you write like this, it will take the whole list. So M and N refer to the same numbers. So when you write print N, it will display the same list on the screen. So you can see in the output 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So starting index is not there, so it will take 0. Ending index is not there, so it will goes up to the end of the list. This is how the slicing works on the list. If you have any doubt, you can ask.
सर प्रिंस को क्लास में ले लीजिए.
Huh? Prince?
यस सर, ज्वाइन के लिए बोल रहा है वो.
Prince Chaudhary? Where is Prince Chaudhary?
सर अभी बोल रहा, मैसेज किया मेरे को सर को क्लास में लेने बोल रहे.
Huh?
सर प्रिंस ने मैसेज किया मेरे को कि क्लास में लेने बोलो सर. मेरे को ऐसा
क्यों?
सर वो रिक्वेस्ट भेजा था.
आज वो क्लास अटेंड नहीं करेगा.
सर रिक्वेस्ट भेजा था, अभी आपको एक्सेप्ट करने बोल रहा था ये.
तो मुझे ईश्वर दयाल रहनडाल ऐसा डिस्प्ले दिख रहा है.
नो सर, अभी थोड़ी देर पहले भेजा था, ये आ गया.
अच्छा. हाँ हाँ. Why you are so late, Prince Chaudhary?
सर वो लेट उठे थे सर, नहा रहे थे.
कल ही तो बता दिया था 9:30 बजे क्लास है.
प्रिंस ही सबको बता रहा था.
9 बजे उठोगे तो क्लास कैसे अटेंड कर पाओगे? Okay, let's take another topic. I hope you understand the list slicing, how the list slicing was. And write down the next topic, finding items in list with the in operator. So you can search for an item in a list with the help of an operator. Write down.
10 मिनट.
Hello? Yes? हेलो, मेरी आवाज आ रही है?
यस सर। सर 10 मिनट में आ रहे सर, घर में पूजा चल
Yes,
रही है।
sir.
अच्छा ठीक है ठीक है. So you can search for an item in a list using the in operator. So in Python, you can use the in operator to determine whether an item is contained in a list. So what is the syntax? Write down the syntax. The syntax is item in list. So this item is any variable, and this list is any list object, and in is a operator. So list is the list in which you are searching. An item is the item for which you are searching. So I will explain this concept with the help of an example, programming example in Python. First, you write down all these things in your notebook. You should keep on taking the notes, otherwise it is very difficult to remember each and every concepts. For example, if I write roll number equal to, I am creating a list, and suppose I change the name of the list, pass roll number, suppose pass roll number equal to suppose 1001, comma 1002, comma 1004, comma 1005, comma 1007, comma 1008, comma 101010. This is the list I had created. So this list contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 elements, means 7 items in this list. Okay, if I ask a user to enter his roll number, enter your roll number. So result is declared, and the list contains the roll number of those students who are passed. And I am asking the roll number. And if I write like this, if roll number in pass roll, print congratulations, you are passed. Else print sorry, roll number not found. Suppose you are developing a software in which you want to search for a particular roll number available in the pass list or not. So suppose this is a list which contains the roll number of those students who have passed in the examination. So with the help of in operator, you can search for any item whether it is present in the list or not. If roll number in pass roll means any value stored in roll number in pass roll means it is exist in the list. This item is available in the list, present in the list or not. So this in operator checks whether any value is present in the list, any item is present in the list or not. If it is present, then this statement will return true. And you know that when this statement return true, the statements associated with if block will execute. Otherwise, the else block statement will execute. Have you written this program in your notebook?
No, sir.
लिख रहे हैं
Okay.
सर.
No,
So
sir.
this in with the help of this in operator, you can search for a particular item in the list. So this is very useful operator in Python. Written?
Yes, sir.
So let's run this program. Enter your roll number. Suppose I am checking what is my result. I am entering 1003. So it is displaying sorry, roll number not found. So write down this output in your notebook. When you enter 1003, so this in operator, since 1003 is stored in this roll number variable. And in this statement, if 1003 pass roll is a list. So this in operator searches in the list whether this roll number is exist in the list or not. So 1003 is not present in this list. So that's why the else block will execute. Sorry, roll number not found. Have you written this program?
Yes, sir.
Suryam chala gaya. Vishal,
Yes, sir.
have you written this program in your notebook?
Yes, sir. Written.
Okay. So this is the output. Write down this output 1003. Sorry, roll number not found. If again I am running this program, so this time I will enter 1005. Let's see what happens. Congratulations, you are passed. Now, when you type 1005, 1005 is stored in this variable, this object roll number, and it checks whether if 1005 in pass roll. So 1005 is there, you can see. So it returns true. That's why this statement executes. Congratulations, you are passed. Written. Should I proceed?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
सर आप if
Let's.
और else फिर से समझा रहे हो ना अभी?
No, I'm not explaining if and else. I'm explaining this in operator. What
Yes,
is the
sir.
use of this in operator?
Okay, sir.
Don't you know the working of if else statement? Should I explain you if else statement?
No, sir. पता है.
Okay. So you should keep in mind what is the working of in operator in.
Okay, sir.
Let's take another example whether you understand the concept or not. Suppose there is a list names is equal to Vishal, Om, Prince, Pankaj, and Surya. This is a list. If I write if Prince G in names print print absent, print present. So what will be the output?
So present.
So print present.
नहीं present
Sorry,
आएगा.
sir.
So present.
Sir, present.
Prince G not in names I have written not in नहीं है.
Sir present आएगा शायद.
Yes. So you can also use not operator. This is a logical operator along with the in operator. So not in means the prince G is not available in this, but it is available. So this condition becomes false and control goes to the else part. So it will display present. So you can use in operator also, you can use not in also.
Yes, sir.
So write down this program code and the output present. Written. One note you must write down in your notebook. Note. You can use the not in operator. Determine whether an item is not in the list. The sentence you must note down in your notebook. You can use the not in operator to determine whether an item is not in the list. Written. Home. Home. Home is gone. Pankaj. Pankaj. Hello. Hello.
सर उसका नेट स्लो चलता है सर.
Okay. Can you hear me, Pankaj?
Yes, sir.
Have you noted down all these things? There is a
Yes,
in
sir.
operator also and not in operator also. Not in checks for whether the value is not in the list, and in operator checks whether the value is in the list. Okay, I am erasing this. Now write down the next topic. Some useful built-in functions. Some useful built-in functions or some list methods. You can write list methods. I will use this function and method as interchangeably names. So function and method are the same. Though in functions you pass the value, in list you call the method with the help of dot operator. This is the only difference in Python. But function and method is same, means both function and methods execute some instructions when you call those methods or functions in your program. So there are some built-in functions, means the functions which are already available in the Python library, and you can use those functions. For example, append function, or you can say append method. So append method is commonly used to add items to a list. Write down. Append method is commonly used to add items to a list. The item must be passed as an argument in the list. So my net connection is very slow. That's why I am switching off my camera, because I am teaching from my home. Have you written this append method?
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
Actually, this append method will end the items at the end of the list. Written. Have you written this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's see an example. Write down. Write a program to add more names in the list. So here I am creating an interactive program to add more items in the list. So write down name list equal to empty brackets. So you must remember that if you are writing like this, the name of the object equal to an empty bracket, it means you are creating an empty list. So in your notebook also you should write empty list. In this way you can create empty list. The list is empty means list does not contain any items. So to get the user response, I am creating one variable answer is equal to y. If user type y, then I will add more elements in the list. So here I am writing while answer equal to yes. You know that how while loop works. When this condition is true, statement executes. After executing the statement, again checks the condition. I'm writing s equal to input enter name. Then this prompt will be displayed on the screen, and when you enter any string, that string will be stored in this s. Now s contains a string. Now this string you want to add in this list. So how to write the append method? You write the name of the list, name list, and then you call the append method append, append, and inside the append method you pass s as an argument. So when you pass s as an argument, so s contains name, so this name will be appended at the end of this list. Since this list does not contain any element, so this element will be inserted in this list. And then you can ask the user, add more. Then you can store his response, writing type y for yes. So this process will continue when you type yes as a response, y for yes. When you type y, then this code will again execute and it again asks the name, and again you are appending the string in the list. So let's run this program. So you can see in the output that is asking enter name. So this input function waiting for any response from the user. So I type Vishal. So it is asking add more, type we have y for yes. Then I am typing Prince. Then type y for yes. Then again Pankaj. type I for S, so I'm typing no. But if you want to see the names are appended in the list or not, you can display the value on the screen with the help of print statement. Like this, print name list. Here you can write one more statement, print name inserted, like this. So you can understand what is going on. Now again, if you run the program, so it is asking enter name. So I'm typing Mohan, yes, Sohan, yes, Umesh, yes, Umesh, no. So you can see the value are inserted in the list with the help of append function. Mohan, Sohan, Ramesh, Umesh. Have you noted down this program in your notebook?
No, sir.
Write down
No,
this
sir.
program in your. You can see this print statement is outside this while loop. So this while loop will terminate. When this while loop will terminate, then this print statement will execute. This print statement is not written inside the loop. So you should be careful whether the statement should be written inside the loop or outside the loop. You know that the indent makes a block. So these statements are under the same indent settings. That's why these statements called as a appeared in a same block, means these statements represent to the same block, and this block, this whole block is under this while loop. So when this while loop execute, all these statements in the block will execute. After the termination of this while loop, this statement will execute, the next statement will execute. So the final statement is print a name list. So when this while loop terminates, it displays the whole list on the screen. So this is a append method, very useful method. It is a built-in method. No need to create method like this. This is already available in Python. So you can use this append method. No need to import any module to use this append method. So this method can be applied on the list to append new items at the end of the list. Means the items are always inserted, always add at the end of the list. Means if you use append method, then it will insert that item at the last of the list, end of the list, the last element of the list. Have you written all these things?
Yes, sir.
So I think it is enough for today now. Write down the home assignment. Program in Python to add more customer data in the list. Write a Python program to print the last 4 elements of a list. What will happen if you omit? What will happen in the list? What will happen in the slice? Actually, slice if you omit starting index in the slice, ending index in the slice, both the index in this slice. So these three questions are as an assignment. You should write down the answers of all these three questions. And don't use any internet content to write the answers of these questions. The answers must be written in your own words. Have you written the home assignment in your notebook? When you have done this assignment, you can take the pictures of your notebook and send it to me on my WhatsApp number so that I can check whether you have written the answers correctly or not. Written? Home.
No, sir.
So today we have learned about the slicing and the in and out operator and the append method. So in most of the programs you will use the list concepts. So this list concept is very important in Python programming because most of the operations you can perform on the list. You add the items in the list, you delete the items from the list, you modify the items in the list. So with the help of index, you can access the elements and then from the list. So this is all about the list. One more class I will take which is based on the list because this list plays an important role in programming because most of the data is stored in the list in Python programming. So I hope you have written the home assignments, all these three questions, and try to solve these three questions as soon as possible. So I am ending this class. Goodbye.